Hello everybody, let's have a look at SXP. Just on this video, just going to do SXP. Tonight we've got the live stream for Patreon users, £7.50 a month, 16 hours worth of live streams a month, and twice a week. So there you go, if you want to join. Links are all in the description below. So for Bitcoin, first of all, it looks like it's pretty much ready to take that next step up. So we had this, which looks like it could be forming a cup-in handle perhaps. I don't really put too much weight on that. I put more weight on this conversion baseline cross and the continuous divergence of moving averages. We also look a little bit undecided when it comes down to the oscillators. So there could be further dumpage. There could be, but overall the picture, in my opinion, is quite good. Then one other thing I like to think about is where is the money coming from? And the money is coming from, first of all, confidence that the market is going to come back up, because there's the stimulus checks that are going out to people. They should be arriving on people's doorsteps as we speak. Some of that money is going to come into here from retail investors. The rest of it will be from people like you and me who aren't even receiving stimulus checks. We're just, looking to take part in what could be a giant push up, a giant leg up for cryptocurrency as a whole. So I'm pretty bullish overall on the big picture. I'm pretty bullish overall, even though we are looking at what I would consider to be the calm before the storm, or maybe even some shakeouts before the storm. So that's the basic gist of what's going on here. The chart here is majority bullish for a continuation of a trend, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to pop immediately, but it looks like a trend is going to continue to the up. So we could be looking into the 60,000s, maybe even higher than that, over the next few weeks to months. I know that sounds crazy when I say those sort of things, but really, I mean, if we think about measuring that out, what would it mean for us to get from where we are right now to 70,000? That would just be, well, I mean, it's quite a lot, isn't it? It's 25% move, but a 25% move, we see those all the time. So we're talking about big figures. Obviously, you get big results. 25% would be pretty big for Bitcoin, but it's definitely feasible. So let's have a look at SXP and what we think is going to happen with this. So SXP very much looks like an amplified version of the Bitcoin chart. If we have a look at it, it's more or less done the same thing recently. Let's just reset that chart. More or less done the same thing recently. A lot of tokens look the same. They all came down to essentially test the 50 exponential moving average, and that's exactly what we did here. So a massive shakeout, massive collapse, and then a huge recovery back, and now we retested more or less the 21 EMA here, just above the 20s moving average, the center of the Bollinger Band, and we're trying to push up again once again. This is, in my opinion, getting ready for the big move, the move which will break past the all-time high. Now, because SXP, like I say, is an amplifier of the overall market, it has its own trend. It wants to continue with its trend, but it will amplify any kind of dumpage going on. So if there is a dumpage with Bitcoin, we will see a dumpage with SXP, but the chart, in my opinion, looks reasonably strong. We've got golden cross here, dumped down more or less into it, which is fine, and we're above all major moving averages, which is fine. We've got conversion baseline crossover here, although it's not perfect, it's still pretty good, and we're pushing up to probably these two areas here. If we can get above $3.50, we'll call it $3.50 is going to be the breakout area, but if we look at the way that SXP works, it respects the Bollinger Bands. So what it wants to do is it wants to stretch these Bollinger Bands out a little bit. So yeah, we can come out and we come back in, we come out, we come back in, come out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. There's very wiki because it just does not like to be outside of Bollinger Bands. And at the moment, the Bollinger Bands, they are facing up, but they're kind of not facing up to a large extent. This isn't really the way to do it, because what we're looking for is big moves out and then probably consolidate back in. If we go to the trajectory of this Bollinger Band at the moment, which is certainly not going to look like this, this is the kind of movement that would be permitted with the candle body closes. So that's how we'd be looking at it. Candle closes within this kind of trajectory, so that would lead us up into, so at the end of the month, the lowest we'd be looking to be is just below $4. But if we have big wicks out, big wicks down, this Bollinger Band would stretch right out. As you can see, you know, we were quite close here when we were doing that kind of move, and then we were riding up the top of the Bollinger Band, stretched it right out. So actually it gets pretty steep if it wants to. So I was giving you a basic idea of what this looks like at the moment. If we do get a breakout right now, you know, the breakout will be nice and clean and great, but it will be sucked back into the Bollinger Band, and we just have to allow for that Bollinger Band to stretch out. If for whatever reason there is some fundamental development, you know, like, yeah, I don't know, something crazy got tweeted about how amazing it is, and they've just done something that's unbelievably mind-blowing, then yeah, you will get something like this. But something like this doesn't often end very well. But, you know, I've had this for, you know, so I've been buying in down at these sort of breakout zones, so I'm quite happy to just to leave it to ride, really, because I do expect good things to take place for this token and this chart over at least the next few months. So I'm looking for an all-time high on this one, although saying that, you know, I'm not looking for an all-time high immediately, but by the end of this month, towards next month, I probably would say that I would expect to see it at least get tested, if not completely blown out the water. So it's looking pretty good. I like the way it's shaping up. Highly volatile, super crazy, definitely would not go leveraged on this one, but who needs leverage really? Cryptocurrency doesn't often really require leverage. That's the beauty of it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it with you there. Nice, short, sweet video. But if you want to join in the live stream tonight, like I say, join the Patreon, and we'll go through as many charts as I can get through in that time on request. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.